Hello, I'm Boone and welcome to the channel. As always, thanks for joining me. It's massively appreciated. Your view is the most important thing, but if you feel like giving me a thumbs up or get involved in the comments or becoming a patron, all that is massively appreciated. Thank you very much. And if you're brand new, feel free to subscribe while you're all there. Make sure you hit that bell. Never want to miss a video, do you? Why would you? I wouldn't. Anyway, thank you for being here. So, hopefully, recently you saw me do a video similar to this, based on the true story of Ashton United, a local non-league team to me, who put in a cheeky loan offer for Erling Haaland to look after him, give him game time while the World Cup was on. That video did great for me, mainly because Ashton United themselves loved it, asked if they could retweet it, and it just blew up for me, so I was very appreciative of that. I don't think this one will do the same, but I like comparing these two players, Mbappe and Haaland. I've done it a few times. I've done it in a video earlier this year with Manchester City, where I put them both at City. We had a look who could do the best over a 5-year period. And you know, the different players, they are, but they're two of the world's best forwards, young best forwards. And it was interesting because with Haaland, City were great domestically, but not so good on the European stage. And it was kind of like the opposite with Mbappe. So I thought, why not put Mbappe to the same test? Because in that video with Haaland, I was shocked how one player could completely transform a club. So can Mbappe live up to Haaland? Well, we're going to switch from red to blue. We're going to the other side of Ashton, to Ashton United's rival, Curzon Ashton. And Mbappe is trapped there till 2040. Can he do the business? Let's find out. So here we are with Curzon Ashton, and they are actually in the Vanarama National League North, with the other one with Haaland, Ashton United, a division below. I had to use the editor to put them in this league. So nothing has been changed at all on this. No stadium, no money, no facilities, no players, although they do have Sam Walker, top of the legend list, my best friend Sean's little brother, who was there for years. He was the captain, then he went on a bit of a journey, went to Salford, Stockport, FC Halifax, won the FA trophies, won league titles with Stockport. So yeah, he's had a good career, and now he's playing with Mbappe. Can them two tag team it and drag this club into the Football League? Now this is a team that's, you know, over recent years done really well for itself in the Vanarama National North and worked their way up through the leagues. When I was a kid, I remember their old stadium. Dad was a teacher. He used to play with his football team. He used to have a few finals there. Now they're in the same size stadium. It's new. It's small, but it's new. It looks nice. I've been to a wedding there. It's got that famous statue that I've talked about a million times outside with the 3 local World Cup players. Simeone Perotta is one of them. Check that out on Google if you want to know. But yeah, so they are a steady Vanarama National League North team, and in a million simulations and a million saves, I've never seen them get into the Football League. But can their key player, Mr. Mbappe, do it for him? And just to show you, same size stadium, you know, they've got 500 seats, but it can hold 4,000. It's owned by the council. They've got average training, below average youth, fairly basic youth recruitment. So, you know, they've got nothing. And again, I've honestly, I've given them no money. And just to prove it, I've just taken them over. Got 17 grand in the bank, nothing to spend, and not much wiggle room in them wages. And before we look at Mbappe, I've got to look at Sam. He's been pretty good in this game. He used to be a great passer of the ball, and his free kick taking was good, but he's 35 now. Do you know what I mean? He had a good career. As you can see, look, Curzon Ashton, legend, went to FC Halifax, won the FA trophy that year at Wembley, went to Salford. He's a United fan, he couldn't say no. Back to Curzon Ashton on loan, but then he went to Stockport for 2 years and played a ton and won the league. But then they got rid of him. Went to Macclesfield, they collapsed. Went to Chorley, didn't work out. Went back to Ashton for a little bit. Then to Farsley, that fell through. But now he's home. So yeah, I just have to highlight Sam. But really, this is all about Mbappe. So just like Haaland, he's on a small contract. That'll go up a little bit, but he don't need money. At 23, with where he's been, he's probably earned enough to last him 10 lifetimes. It's not about that. Just like Haaland, I've put a future transfer in place to go back to his very first club, which is Monaco, in the summer of 2040, when he'll be ancient, won't he, be in his 40s. Obviously, he's an amazing player, very different to Haaland. He can play out on the left if you want him to. Different attributes, hasn't he? Lots of pace. Can this one player take this club up the leagues? Because, you know, Haaland did well. I won't spoil it for you in case you haven't seen it. I think it's a great video. He did really well. So I was excited. Can he do the same? Is he going to be worse? Is he going to be better? So then, just like on the Haaland video, we're going to jump forward around 10 years. and have a look how he's doing at like the halfway point. So let's jump into it. So here we are. It's the 1st of July 2032. Straight away you can see they're in the championship. Again, right, I've seen other creators do videos like this with players like this at bad clubs and just stick them in and see what they do. They don't do a lot sometimes. So I'm surprised. Why? I've done nothing different. But it seemed like Curzon Ashton would never get to the championship. I've never seen it happen. I've never seen him get into League 2. So it's the Mbappé factor. They're still at the same size stadium. It's been increased, which is good. But how quickly did they get there? And are they close to the Prem? So here we are. It's the 1st of July 2032. And as you can see, Curzon Ashton are in the championship. And it looks to me like they've done it quicker with Mbappé than Ashton United did it with HAALAND. Now, you could argue they maybe have a few better players to start with. We didn't look, but it's not going to be much difference, to be honest. But I've never seen Curzon get in the Football League, so it's definitely the Mbappé effect. But they won the league. They've come up into League 2, come second, but got automatic promotion. League 1 finished 6th, so they've got into the playoffs and won the playoffs. And then they've had a few years in the Championship, 21st, 18th and 14th. That's not bad, is it? Could he get him to the Prem? Maybe. Let's have a look at him. Of course, he's still a good player. He's lost a bit of pace, but he's 33 years old, but he's still absolutely fantastic. In the league, he's played 435 games, scoring 256 goals. I mean, wow. He has put in a shift every season, like injury-free, and I think he had a lot less injuries in the HAALAND versus Mbappé video I did as well, so fair enough, but amazing average ratings. I mean, he's at a lower level, of course, but he could actually drag these into the Prem. Which, you know, HAALAND got United to the Prem. If you've seen a video, you'll know what I mean. But he could actually be in the Prem, if you know what I mean. Let's have a look at this squad. Of course, Mbappe's not for sale. Let's see what kind of values they've got. And they've got some players with some decent values. Peter Gall, 25-year-old midfielder. I mean, I'd be excited if they got into the Premier League. I'm not going to lie. I'd be pretty cool. Just one player could transform a club. Have I ever done anything like this before? I don't think I ever have. I've never seen two players like this take a team from nothing to something. It's amazing, really. I know it's only a computer game, but fascinates me how one player can do that. But yeah, I mean, they've got some good players. Maybe need a bit more. Should we take them home and see what kind of money they've got now? Got 4 million in the bank, 1.6 to spend. They're not wadded, but you know, they've got a small stadium, a small fan base. If they ever did get in the Premier League, I'd be interested to see what they could do. Are they in any debt? Yeah, a little bit. Bank loans, nothing major. Sponsorships, nothing major. So yeah, they're probably lacking financially. There's a lot of weight being carried on Mbappe's shoulders, but at the minute he's done a fantastic job. Quick look at the vision before we jump forward to the very end. Save file. I just wanted to know if they've got any like ambitions to be in the Premier League and they just want to be a mid-table EFL Championship side. You know, the club's getting improved. They want to improve the facilities as well. I think they could do it. He could do this. I have no idea. Just saved and saved. So I'm excited to see now. What do you reckon? So here we are. It's now the 30th of June 2040. It's the day, the very last day Mbappé will be a Curzon Ashton player. Tomorrow he flies back to France to Monaco. He's still the captain. But Curzon Ashton in the Sky Bet League 1. Stadium's not been improved much either, has it? Gutted. So that's the last time we looked. 14th. They had a 17th and a 17th. That 14th was the pinnacle. And then it's been a slow decline on it as he's got older. This is in his mid to late 30s, isn't it? 21st. They've been relegated. 3rd in League 1. They would have been a playoff team then. Obviously didn't win them. 7th, 10th and 20th. Oh, it's getting worse for them. Without Mbappe, they are struggling, aren't they? Under a transfer embargo due to breach of financial regulations. Let's have a look at him though. He's now 41 years old, 117 caps for his country, 780 league appearances, 377 goals. He's still a good player, isn't he? For 41. I mean, if you know how to use the editor, you can, honestly, I said this in the last video, if you're new to my channel, you can trap a player. I did it last year on FM23 with Zlatan and Buffon. Trapped him, made him play to like 60. Let's have a look at his history, and of course it's a long history with Curzon Ashton. Look at that. But apart from what, 2 years ago, he's always put in over 40 games a season, even at that late age. Obviously, the goals started to drop off in his early to mid late 30s, and so did his average rating, but still contributing, still playing well. Obviously, a bit gutted. Again, just in case you haven't seen the Haaland video, don't want to spoil it. But if you have, I think I know who's done better. And I feel like Mbappe had a little slight advantage that he was at a team that was actually in the Vanarama North, so they would have had just that little bit more quality as a base foundation squad than Ashton United, wouldn't they? So here's his biography. Feel free to pause it, have a look. I've just noticed, so while he was at Curzon, it looks like he was still playing for France, which is cool. Won a couple of Nations Leagues, so it didn't affect his international career. Of course, he never won a Ballon d'Or. Haaland won 4 with Manchester City. I've done other simulations where Haaland has won none. Junior's got a few, so yeah, obviously he was never gonna, was he, playing for Curzon? But you got to look. Now the club itself with him, obviously won the Vanarama National League, they've won a Papa John's, they want to build a base, and they've won trophies, so fair play. But just disappointed, they didn't really get anywhere, they didn't even get to the playoffs in the Championship. He just could not push him that little bit further, than the club just couldn't use him to grow that little bit more to achieve that, you know, perfect ending. And if we go on the history and look at all their landmarks, yeah, the club's struggling, isn't it, with money? They've had to take over a few by the looks of it, but a lot of failing of financial fair play regulations. A lot. I mean, multiple times a season. I've never seen that. I've never had that myself when I've been a manager. That's obviously affected him. They could have done with a Tycoon takeover. When I think a Tycoon takeover might have just pushed them over the edge when they hit that Championship. If you want a promotion from within or something like that, I mean, they've been taken over by a local businessman, but they needed someone to pump mega bucks in, didn't they? So taking them over to have a look, and of course they've got 10 million in the bank for a League One side. That's not bad, but they're obviously failing the financial fair play. The club needs to reduce the current player wage total by £2,000 in order to pass. They've obviously got a bit of money. Maybe that new businessman had a few quid and they're trying to just get themselves back up, but yeah, there you go. So there we go, that is the end of this little experiment episode. As always, thank you for your view. If you have watched this video and the Ashton United video, let me know who you think came out on top. I know who I think came out on top. I mean, both in similar circumstances, both done fantastic to take the clubs that are at as high as they did. Just one player can do that. I mean, I think if this was a save file and you had a go and you did it yourself, you could probably do a lot better. Having Mbappe and trying to get a team around him, because he obviously is a fantastic player, and he dragged them up that league quicker than Haaland, but then petered, I think. So yeah, bit of fun. It is a bit of fun. Now, if you are new to my channel, make sure you go and catch up on my content. Make sure you get stuck into that. And if you are a regular, of course, and you're watching the Meat Pie Sausage Roll series with Oldham Athletic, episode 10 will be coming out soon. It's a very special episode just for where we are and what we've achieved. And then hopefully I've got another experiment coming out in a couple of days as well, called The Academy, which I quite like the idea of. Hopefully you will too. So yeah, stay happy, stay safe. If you're brand new, feel free to subscribe, come and join the family. Make sure you all hit that notification bell. Get involved in them comments. Give me a cheeky thumbs up. I love a thumbs up. The wife's always moaning at me because she hates doing it, but I love it. So you stay happy, you stay safe. I'll see you next time.